dreams.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another installment of Built by Getroman, a channel dedicated to code newbies and guiding code newbies to becoming software engineers through motivational coding, and also just monitoring and documenting of myself path towards achieving my goal of becoming a software engineer and having that first gig. Today's video is the fourth video of the freeCodeCamp series, specifically working on achieving my first certification to achieve the web design certificate from freeCodeCamp. And today I would like to work on and build upon the previous three videos as we build up the technical documentation page. And I just want to spend some time today to wrap that up, at least the mobile view part of it, and get into the desktop viewport size. So this should be fun. Stick around. Let's motivate. Let's get this, and let's jump right into the CSS, and let's get to work. All right. So first things first. Let's get our. Actually, let's just show you where we left off. Right. So we are at the build a technical documentation page. And we're going to basically now fire up our environment. So let's get that going. Spend some time doing that. Hope everybody's having a good day. Make this a little bigger for you guys. All right, so cd into my directory. So I'm here at the freeCodeCamp technical documentation page, and let's open this up in VS Code. Today is a rainy day. I'm not sure where you guys are located, but I'm in the Bronx myself, and it's been raining lately. So a great day to sit down and knock out some work and stay indoors, as if we had a choice. With all that's going on. So let's get this going. I did update to the most recent Apple OS, so Big Sur. So hopefully there's no bugs. So far everything's been going smooth, but yeah, hopefully nothing really happens where it's gonna mess up my flow today. So let's open this thing up and show you guys where we left off, so we can have a briefing as to what we did from video one until this video. So basically we were able to get up to this wireframe. And for those that want a deeper dive as to the process, just go back a couple of videos, you'll see it. But basically we trapped up the wireframe and ended up going with the mobile first approach. So that was the first approach we wanted to that I wanted to take. So basically I left off here. I was able to get it working where we have a title, a nav area, going. And wait, let's see if this thing is working. I always forget to turn this on. Nice. Right, so we have our nav area, our sections, right, that basically has all the text. And one thing that I didn't do last time, which I did offline, was push this code up to GitHub. I forgot to do that live, so if you were expecting that, my bad. But I'll make sure to get better at pushing the code up live as we finish it, at least for each of the sections that we complete. So right, so what I want to do now is basically get into the mobile, to the desktop view port, and I think we're pretty much done here, but just wanted to compare it to their version. So let's pull up their technical documentation page. All right, so here it is. There's mine, there's theirs. So very close, right? Let's just scroll down to see, make sure that nothing is out of the ordinary, at least for their version, that I'm missing. And I actually just picked up one thing. Which is the highlight. So this MDN is a hyperlink, and it's not apparent that it is. It's not there's no visual indication of that. Okay, so first things first, let's address that, and I'm gonna just change the color and then jump right into the viewport, the desktop viewport, and do a quick wireframe to help me define my grid area templates, and then start working on that and start placing the HTML sections and nav into those grid area templates, and then kind of work our way up. All right, so let me set up the timer here. Okay, cool. Let's set up our first 25 minutes. All right, and we're off to the races here. Okay, so first things first, I want to address this this part right here, this hyperlink. So let's change that, and I'm gonna do it within the browser first, so that color text decoration none. Okay, so what's happening is that my CSS is overriding. I introduced a CSS like presets, and I have one that says text decoration none. Make that a little bigger for you guys can see. Right, so right here, and it's basically removing the underline that I need. So if I were to just do that, and you see that this is a hyperlink. So maybe if I were to go back and override it here, because if I do that and scroll up to the top, you may see these underlinks here, these underlines, which I don't think that's what the other version has, and it doesn't. So I may have to specifically target this here and underline it. So let's go to the CSS, and that's at the bottom. I don't need this anymore. Where are you? There we go. So I'm gonna say class. Let's call this MDN. A little bigger. Okay, go to style. And let's put that over here. So MDN. How do I do? Is it text underline? I forget the CSS rule for that. Oh, text decoration underline. Okay. Straightforward. Text decoration underline. There you go. That's all it took. So that's solved. Awesome. Aside from that, I think we're pretty much set with the mobile side of things. Right? So let's see what this looks like if I were to just remove the console and open this. It breaks after, I forget the exact breakpoint that I have. So it's like 800 something pixels. 892, I think it is. But there it is, right? So here's this is gonna change to the desktop view, but once I cut down here, we get into the mobile view, which is what we wanted to achieve, and it looks good. And I think we're all good with this here. Let's just click every link. Yeah, we are good money on this. All right, cool. So let's move on to the mobile view part of this. So let's expand this. So what I want to do is basically, so the first step I want to take is I want to go back to my whiteboard and just sketch out do a quick little wireframe and basically sketch out what a grid area template would look like in this format in the desktop view. So let's do that. So let's just paint this picture here first before we move it, since we have our handy dandy drawing tool here. So we do have this section here, right? And this could be the aside, right? Boom, on the side. And then over here, we could have a massive section template over here. And we can call this the main, I guess. The main section. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it there, because everything else is pretty much done. So scaling it up to a larger viewport size makes it easier when using native CSS. The native CSS grid and grid area templates is my new favorite thing that I started using a couple of weeks ago, actually like a month or two ago, and I'm getting better at it. And it helps so much. So I think I'm gonna go with this, right? So I'm gonna create a grid system that has, let me see, maybe that has two columns. Oh, I don't want to do that. Well, you get it. So a column here and a column here. Right, so we said there's this one. There's this one, right? The aside and the main, and that's two columns. We say column 1, and here would be column 2. Right, straightforward. So when I create the grid, I'm gonna create two columns. I don't know if I need rows because it's just literally one massive column on the left hand side and another big massive column on the right hand side. So yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna skip the whiteboard. How do I get out of here? There you go. So I'm gonna skip this part since I have this tool. I'll come back to this later if I need to. All right, so let's jump right into it, guys. So let's do, I'm gonna move outside the media query and inject this right in the middle here after the CSS presets that I have. And let's go back up. First thing I want to tackle is create the grid template area with this class, the grid template container. Cool. So it's a very similar to what we have in the media query, basically what we've been doing there. So let's do that. So we're going to say kind of the same, right? So I'm gonna just type it out for muscle memory's sake. All right, boom. Display grid and grid template columns. So we said there's 2 of them, right? So I'm just gonna put auto and auto for now, and then if I need to, I'll do the fraction thing. We'll see how it plays out. All right. I don't need any rows because it's just 2 columns. And then I'm gonna say grid area template. Grid area template. And by the way, if I like run out this room, it's because I have a package coming. So apologies in advance if I just like bail out for like 2 seconds. I have my new iPhone coming in, the iPhone 12 mini. Pretty excited about that. Been rocking an old phone for a very long time. Actually, I'm recording it with this. This is what I'm using to record. For those interested in doing YouTube videos, I have an old phone. So no excuses. Anyway, all right, so let's do, how do I do this? If I'm gonna be doing 2, let me try to map this out again. So I have this one here and this one here. So I just do 1, 2 columns, aside and main. All right, let's try that. So we said aside and main. What does that look like? All right, let's just stop there. And so I basically I created a grid, said that the columns are auto for now. I'll change that later if I need to. And the first column is going to be aside, right? The aside, and then the second is going to be main. So let's go back, and I want to fire up actually Firefox for this because of reasons that Firefox has a bit more description. But when it comes to the grid, so let me just place this over here. Boom. Okay. Not now. Let me grab the URL. What was it? What was port 5500? So I can say localhost. just grab it from here. Oh, that's not it. All right, so all right, so let's see what we have here. We have two. I think we have this. Let me see. Are they named? Where's the names? Oh, grid area template. That didn't work. What's going on here? I didn't like it. Aside and main. Did I do something wrong? Let me go back. Oh, grid template areas. I keep doing that. Grid. Grid template areas. All right, here we go. All right. So it gave us the aside and main. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is now place the nav bar on the aside and then swap all this text to go into here, right? So we're saying I'm gonna put this here and then this over here. Okay. Oh, all right, let's do that. So I'm gonna say the nav. Let's just go back to, we said nav bar is the I'm gonna copy this and just place it there, and the main section or I could just call it section, keep it consistent. Let's just call it section. Cool, so let's save that. And cool. So we got this placed. Where's the nav? Where'd it go? Oh, why is it down here? Introduction. Interesting. So this thing got moved way down there. So let me go to that part in the console here. Interesting. What else here? So let's see. Let's remove this. Okay, let me move myself out the way. All right, so basically I'm trying to take this section here, the nav, and place it in the right template area. So something is not right. Maybe I have to call it header. Let's see. The nav ID nav bar goes inside of here. So I don't need the scroll effect. I don't think I do. Let me go back to that version. Yeah, they don't have a scroll effect. It's just simply these things stacked up on top of each other. All right, let's check the code here. Nav bar. I have a height. Oh, let's see. Why is this like this? So nav bar here. That whole section. This is a header. Maybe I need to target the header itself. Let me do a test here with this. Test nav. Oh, because I called it a side. Oh my god. Okay, let me go back. I called this a side. Still nothing. Why is it being placed on here? That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Grid area aside. Height is 230. We don't care for the scroll. Get rid of that. And it should just go, right? Like, I feel like... Thank you. Tasty. Oh wait, I need 3 sections. Is this? Oh wait. This is a title. This is a title. This is the nav. So I need to add a little more to this. Okay, so let's go back here. So we're saying, so this is going to be the title section, right? And do I need a comma here? No, I don't think so. I'm saying that this is the aside. And this is the section. Okay, we have something going here. All right. This looks a lot better, but I need to like close this up. I don't need all this space. I just need the title to be here and the aside to take up most of that space. So I'm wondering, auto, 2 columns, and so I need rows. Grid, template, rows. So the rows are going to be how do I target just this to have a row and that to have a row? There's 2 rows. Okay, so let's just say auto. Start there. Okay, I'm not done. I need to add. So the nav bar goes to the aside, and the title, I forget, I need to say class title. This whole thing goes grid area. This is going to be title. This is going to be the aside. And their version, they have, this is scrollable. Okay. All right, so I need to start thinking about this a little bit differently, but we're actually out of time. So we're going to get into our first Pomodoro break. So I'll see you in a few minutes, guys. right, guys, let's get back into this. So let me set up this timer here. All right, so I think what I want to do is go back to freeCodeCamp's curriculum just to refresh my memory. I feel like I'm missing something very minor, but it's worth going back to the curriculum just to refresh my memory regarding how to do this part, because they were pretty good at explaining it. So let me go to the docs as far as setting this up, this grid itself. And I want to do is let me see, which one should I go after here. So apply flex direction, align elements. Oh no, this is flexbox. I want the grid. So divide the grid into area templates. Let's do that. Okay. Actually, they had another one that was pretty close to what I was trying to achieve. Let me see, grids with grids. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to achieve this. This is extremely close to what I was trying to do. A whole sidebar plus things inside. So let me see what they have. So what they have is 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. So 2 columns, auto and 1 fraction, minus auto. And I think what that means, basically just take up the whatever width the text is, that div, whatever the width is, just take that space up, because the alignment is nice, it works just fine. It's just all this extra space I have here, so I need to address that. Okay. So they have header content, but what I have is just 2 of these that says title here, aside, and then I have section. I have 2 rows, auto, 1 fraction, auto. Okay, so let me see something. So I have this part. Why is this taking up so much space? That's the part I'm trying to figure out. Grid area title. me see something here. Let me say, where is that part? So I think what I'm gonna do is apply the overflow scroll to the section area, the main doc, and see if that changes anything. Oh wait, what's this here? Grid area template, main doc. Okay. Overflow scroll. So the overflow, let me see, did that take effect? Main doc. If I were to say height. Okay. Now something has changed here. I need to change. Okay, how do I do this? I wanted to take the whole height of the viewport, so I don't want to hard code this. There has to be a way to do this where it doesn't. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now, but I'm gonna change that a little later. Okay, now that looks a little nicer. What if I said documentation title area has a height of max content? What's this? That didn't work. I just gotta resize the rows. Alright, first I want to do is I'm gonna put height 1000 pixels for now and then change it later. This is basically the thing that the effect that I was looking for, right? Because the way they have it here is something like this minus. I need to change some of the CSS, so apply some of it. But this is static here. This doesn't move. So, all right, let's say height here. Oh, just 100%. Is that the same thing? Maybe that's the way to do it. Yep. Okay, cool. Height 100%. No, it's not. All right, I'll put 1000 pixels. I'll change that a little later. Being a little scrappy with this right now. Okay, this version, I just gotta move this thing up. Get rid of the border. Right? All right, let's go back to the docs here. right, so the first, let's see here, auto. So the first row is going to be 0.5 fraction, and the second is going to be auto. Did that change anything? That's not working. Okay, let me think. I need to go back to the docs and see how to set up rows because I'm missing something here. Let's see, change size of columns and rows. Add rows, let's do the add rows just to see. Create column gap, create row gap, add gaps faster, create, use grid column to control spacing, use grid row to control spacing. Okay, what's this about? Let's see, of course, you can make items consume multiple rows just like you can do with columns. You can define horizontal lines. You want to start using grid row. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, so maybe I have to create a grid within grid and then shorten it. I could do that. So I'm guessing, so I haven't done the nested grid thing yet. So like inside of here, I create a grid system that has all these rows inside, or just one row. I just create one row inside of that main section and get rid of all this. And hopefully that'll shorten up the space. I could try to do that. That's one approach. Add columns, add rows. I want to add rows. Let's see here. Grid, template, rows. Pixels. Pixels each. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I get all that. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something so simple and straightforward and I'm overlooking it. I'll take a step back, take a deep breath, and find my way through this. Divide the grid into an area template. Okay, I did that. So you see the code above merges the top 3 cells together into an area name header. Okay, the bottom 3 cells into a footer. Okay, and the other into the advert and content sections. We have columns, 3 columns, 3 rows. Oh, maybe I gotta do the height here. I didn't, because like the height I have no control of. So if I add a min height, width 100% and min height, let's see. If I were to do that, where is it? Height. Oh, okay. Okay, that worked. Man, why did that take so long? Okay, so this needs to be fixed a little bit. I'm just gonna center it. So I forgot to add, wow, I forgot to add the height and width in the container. And it looks like that kind of worked a lot nicer than what I expected. So if I did 200 here, does that make any difference? Or min height, let's change this to min height. Min height, 300, 100. What about max height? I'm messing around here. Is there a thing such as a max height? Let's see. Max height 100. Let's just leave it to height. All right. So I'm gonna add width 100% and height 100 pixels. Let's, how about 100% here? It wants pixels. All right, let's do that. So let's go back to the grid template area, and I totally forgot to add height of, what did I say here? 100 pixels. And width is 100%. Save. Cool. No, that did not work. Or not. Height 100 pixels. I just had it working. What's going on? What did I miss here? Grid template container. Height is 100 pixels. Width is 100%. Auto, two columns, 2 rows. Refresh this. All right, let me go back to grid template area. What did I do different? Am I bugging? What is going on? just had it working. Let's see, they had, oh, min height was it? Font size. Was it min height? No. Interesting. I just had it working. Interesting. Not sure why it's doing that. Oh, let me apply it to this section. Maybe that'll work. Min height 100 pixels. Okay, so that targeted that area. Okay. It's the actual column, so I need to go back to this bad boy here and say that the row, the first row is, I don't know, 0.5 fraction. Interesting. What is going on? I just had this working. Was that it? I don't have to do this min height stuff. 50 pixels, really? That's all I had to do? Oh my lord. Look at that. Alright, I just had to change the row here, I guess. I went through all that mess when I could just set 50 pixels here and be explicit about how big the height is here. So I don't need this. I don't need that. I'm gonna remove those two things. If I have to put it back, I will later. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna get rid of this border. I don't know where this is coming from. I'll do that in a sec. But we're good. I can create some space in between these nav bars, these list items, and go about it that way, basically. Haha, my wife hit me up. Appreciate you, babe. Love you. Appreciate the support. Okay, cool. So basically, that took a while, guys. So I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. This is the whole point of this. It basically, so lesson learned. When the grid template rows, when I identify each area, I have control of the spacing, and I was just thinking way deeper than what I need to. So I was able to achieve the where is it? What I wanted by just explicitly targeting the document where the title goes, and basically it's about to do this section. and just saying I want that to be 50 pixels. And this section, I want that to be auto. Take the width or the height of the content itself. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna take our next Pomodoro break. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Go grab some coffee, drink some water, and I'll be right back in 5 minutes. And we're back. So I was able to, before the break, able to kind of figure out what happened here. So let's jump right back into it. Let's set the timer. And man, that took longer than expected just to figure out that I had full control of the grid area there. So that was pretty interesting. Cool. So let's work on the rest here. Let's basically apply some more CSS to the rest of the parts and start shaping this thing up to what it should look like, which is something similar to this over here. Okay. So first things first, what I want to do is take the title and try to, I don't know, center it a bit. Give it some padding around here and center this part, and then work on the rest of the CSS. All right, so let's remove this grid system here, and I'll shape this thing up to be to look a little bit similar to what we want. So what's happening here? So we have a padding. All right, so let's do it actually inside of the browser, just to start messing around here. So we got 10 here, 10 at the bottom. Ooh, that looks funny already. This is overflowing into okay, where's that 1000 pixel thing I had? Oh, that's here. Okay. So in that same, with the same kind of idea in mind, what if I did the row or the section tag over here to be 1000 pixels, and I can change that a little later. Let me just make that switch and see if that does anything. Okay, still the same. Cool. All right, so let's get the box model here for the H2, and let's add some padding. Oh, it moved dramatically. Okay, cool. I don't want that much. Okay. All right, so let's throw some padding all around. So let's just say 10, 10, 10 here, 10 there. That looks about decent, right? It's the testing suite hamburger thing is hovering the it's hovering the JS doc sign, but that's all right. I'm just concerned about if I were to move this down, it should stop. Like, it shouldn't hover over to this section, to the side, to the side section. Right, so let's go back here to the grid. So let me give it some more space on the grid area template side of things. There we go. Let's say 70 pixels. Okay. I'm hard coding this stuff in, and I don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel like there should be some like fraction or something like that that I can implement, but I can do that a little later and see what kind of adjustments I can make afterwards. But for now, I'm gonna roll with this. And let's go back here and add about, let's just say 20 here, 20 here, probably too much, 20 there, 20 there, right? 20 all around. Okay. Cool. 20 all around. And we're gonna say border right. Border right. 2 pixels. Solid. Just say gray. Then border bottom. 2 pixels, solid, gray. Okay. Looks funky now. So 2, let's say that's 1 pixel. And what is this thing hovering here? Okay, so on the title, let's just say padding 20 pixels all around, and border right is 2 pixels, border right is 2 pixels, solid, gray, and then border bottom is 1 pixel, solid, gray. I'll get the color scheme in a sec. Cool. All right, let's let me do something. How's that look? Oh, what's this? Let's see. Oh, okay. It's, I need to change the class. Okay. I totally forgot. So title should be, let's see here. I just realized I'm using the same class and it's applying for both the mobile and the mobile viewport and also the desktop. Header. That's interesting. What is that? Why is it taking so much space? Oh, 1,000 pixels. Maybe that's why. So let's say, what if I said desktop section? No, desktop section. What is contributing to the spacing here? Alright, when I scale down, I'm getting this funky space here. Desktop section. I don't care for this height here anymore. Okay, so what if I said this is going to be desktop. Let's change this here to I don't think that'll change anything. Alright, let me take a step back here. Let's dive a little deeper. What's contributing to the space? I don't know why this is headers 1,000. What happened here? Why is that space here? I'm a little confused. The nav is taking a lot of space. That's not what I want. And this thing got thrown off. Oh yeah, it took the pixels that... What is going on here? So I'm definitely, it's okay. I wonder if I need to so I see what's happening. It's inheriting the CSS that I'm applying for the desktop view. And I don't want that. So let me think about this. I want them to be separate from each other. Right? So, which is weird because if I am squeezing it down to a media query for a width of 896 pixels, it should just roll, because it's at the bottom and it's cascading, I feel like that this should override the stuff that's on top. Right, because if I were to, let me just comment this out here. Now we're back. Yeah, that's what's happening. Something with the cascading is overriding my code in the media query. Okay, so we got a little CSS issue here going on. So I want to, it changes the name. Does anything for me if I have to change and give it additional IDs and classes. What I want to do actually is I want to go to Bootstrap and see how they do it. Bootstrap grid, because they have, I remember they have like these special identifiers. OSM. See, they have like breakpoints with the prefixes attached to them. So column, large 2, auto. See, they have different types here. So maybe I have to do the same. I don't want to mess with this version. So this is the mobile view. So I'm gonna just start changing this here to mobile grid. Just adjust some of the CSS to only apply to the sections I want it to apply to. All right, boom. I'm gonna say mobile title, mobile nav, mobile section, mobile title, mobile nav. Where's the other one? Mobile section. I know this may not do anything, but just to have it a bit more explicit. ID nav bar. I'm gonna say ID of mobile nav bar. Let's change this over here. Mobile nav bar. Mobile nav bar. This may mess up my thing. What else do I have here? Main doc. The main doc, where's that? Mobile. Yeah, this is gonna throw up the test though. I'm confused now because the test want a specific ID. And I feel like the media query should just take over that part. Like I don't need to change the CSS. That's the point of media query. It's also like on that viewport size, it's supposed to take in the CSS. let me look into this. I don't want to change all these CSS names now. I'm gonna have to roll this back to where I had it before. Let me do some research. Why? Let me see. I'm gonna ask this. Why is my okay. There we go. Why is my CSS media query being ignored or overridden? This is driving me insane. Yeah, same here. I looked a few questions on Stack Overflow and I see that the ID element has a priority over class elements, which is good to know, but I have a feeling this isn't my problem. It's my navigation menu I'm struggling with. I'm using map width, by the way. Okay. So when the viewport is under 800 pixels, I want the CSS to change to the menu like so, right? So I don't need to change the naming conventions. I don't think I do. I may have to roll that back to where I had it because that's just gonna throw everything off. I don't like the fact that I have to do that. Max. Maybe there's something not right with your media queries. Try something like this. I have a similar problem. I place all my media queries into a separate style sheet called responsive, and it was all working fine until I started importing new responsive CSS. I had to start adding a point to just about every line. I don't want to do that. And then I changed the loading order of my CSS files and moved the one called responsive down to the list to be the last one loaded. And then everything started to work fine. I'm no longer needing to use the important statement. I don't want to do that. I feel like I can add everything in one CSS file. Do I have to add that extra like the statement here? The max, I have max width and min width. If you want CSS rules to apply to only smaller devices, use a query with max width and max width. Rules within those brackets will apply only to screens less than 600. And what size you place a breakpoint will depend on your design. Put it where it's needed. 320 is an unusual point to put it because that is the size of the smallest phones. Okay, so maybe I have the media query listed wrong. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come back to this in a sec. I wanna roll back all of these naming of the IDs back to where I had it. So let's just do that here. Let's just say class. Oh, what did I do? No, I wanna redo it. What's the shortcut? do here? ID. Oh yeah, I don't care for test. I think I'm good here. And for here, let's just put that back to main doc, put that back to navbar, put this back to navbar. Just change everything back to where we had it. Cool. I think that was it. Oh, there's more. Okay, I think I should be good here. All right, that's fine. That's gonna be there. All right, we're back where we are. So, all right, so when I come back after this break, I'm going to go back to that documentation and basically try that. I feel like the media query should handle that just fine. I don't know why I need to change the naming conventions of the CSS. It should just take effect on the certain viewport size. So we'll see what happens, guys. Yeah, man, this is it. We're going to take a break, and I'll see you in a few minutes. set up that timer. Actually, before I do that, I wanna set myself up again here. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, so let's do that. And let's get into some of this documentation. This is taking a lot longer, so hey man, it is what it is. This video is definitely a learning experience for this session for me personally. So what I gathered over here basically was that, so my hunch is that the media query should just take over the CSS and override anything else, like the native CSS that I wrote, the one for the, when I say native, I mean the desktop view. So the media query should override that. So I'm not sure why that is happening that way, where when I shrink it down, the CSS from the desktop view is overriding the media query for the mobile view. So there's some confusion on my end. So this guy's saying, if you want the CSS rules to apply only to smaller devices, use a media query with max width. I feel like I have that though. Here he's saying media screen and max width. I have, let me roll this over here. I have media screen and max width. Well, I actually had only before. I took that out. What if I said min width? It's still there. Oh yeah, that's not, it's backwards now. That's not what I want. Interesting, not sure. All right, let's keep reading. So rules with those within those brackets will apply to only screens less than 600 pixels. What size you place the breakpoint depends on your design. Okay, I think I read this earlier. You would use the min width query if you take the mobile first approach. So that's what I was trying to attempt to do. So if I did min width, that change anything? Let's see. I'm saying 896 pixels. I guess, no, not working. So the rows here are overriding the rows here. Maybe, do I have to change it to an ID? Because in the other documentation, he said that the IDs definitely have a higher specificity than classes. So maybe I did that. No, definitely taking, no, that's not working. All right, let's keep reading. So this issue definitely is the media query, because it can be the classes. Like, if the media query is supposed to like for that screen viewport size, it's supposed to only inherit and apply those CSS rules. The others shouldn't matter, right? I feel like that's the way it should work. All right, I did some research after reading yours, Ron's comment. I understand it better now. Last night, I kept using some weird media queries formats like min width. Okay. Then I found people using at media screen and the width and max width and some even added some WebKit ratio stuff or something really confusing. Anyways, I limited the amount of media queries to only 2. I understand now that I only need to use media queries if I need it. I thought it was frustrating and weird why I even including so many different media queries in the first place, and it didn't work and it just overrided with each other. Right now the site's looking okay, but I would much rather like the text to be lower for the portrait orientation. Okay, blah blah blah. So this person has at media screen and max width. At media screen and max width. For the mailing list forms, at media screen. Interesting. What do I have? At media only screen and max width. All right, let's look at some other documentation. Okay, I'm gonna add this. It's saying this should be added to the head section of your tag, which I never really done before for this project. Do I have that there? I do have it. Never mind. If okay, here we go. So if 2 selectors apply to the same element, the one higher specificity wins. CSS specificity is often the reason why your CSS rules don't apply to some elements. Although you think they should, every selector has its place in specificity hierarchy. Should I just remove the media query and put it in its own CSS file? I feel like, and then the other individual mentioned adding the style tag in the head of the HTML and like place it in a certain order so that it can take effect, I think. You might think that rules inside media queries would have some sort of precedence. Oh wait. Over other style rules in the same style sheet, but they don't. Media queries themselves have no specificity. Ah, okay. So, okay, that makes sense. So all the code I put on top is overwriting the stuff in the bottom. Okay, so how do I solve that? In the above example, the media query with a style rule inside is listed before a simple style rule. The selectors have an equal specificity value, so the last valid rule is the one that counts. Be sure to put your media queries further down in the style sheet to make them override rules listed above them. That's what I just did. ID selectors have a... Oh, wait. This is Firefox. Do I have to do the whole WebKit? Let me see. Let me go to Google Chrome. Is that happening here too? It is. Okay. I thought I had to do the prefixes, the Moz prefix and the Google prefix. I guess not. All right, let's keep reading. So my media query is further down. ID selectors have a higher specificity than all other selectors. Try using IDs to increase specificity. It is the most important selector in the style rule. Okay. No matter what the order, the text will be green because the rule is more specific. In summary, if your web page is not doing what you think it should, stop and look at the simple gotchas. Be sure to add a viewport meta tag. I have that. Look for simple syntax error in your cascading style sheet. Maybe a simple leaving out as a curly brace from a media query, or forgetting to include the space after and in your media query. Let's go back. I have the space in the end. So maybe okay. Then consider the selectors you are using in your style sheet, the order in which you are using them in the style sheet where they are placed. Hopefully the tiny mistakes is overlooked. All right, let me try something here. So this is a class. If I were to add an ID here that said test mobile, and then inside the media query it said test mobile ID, right? Did that change anything? Nope. It wouldn't. So definitely not that. Yeah, I'm a little puzzled. I'm gonna have to just keep reading, to be honest. I don't know why my CSS desktop view ports CSS is overriding the media query. I'm using template areas here. I'm setting a row height to 1000 pixels, and for some reason it's overriding this one. And I don't want that. I'll just keep reading. Media screen and min width. And keyword. The and operator is one you probably use the most. What happened? Min width, max width. So combining multiple media features that go into a single media query. It requires that all conditions specified must be met before the start limit takes effect. What if I did? Wait, what if I at media screen? See some real quick. There we go. At media only screen. In the last example, the two CSS rules inside the body of the media query will only be applied in the browser window with and width is at or below 601 pixels and 1200 pixels. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. There we go. So at media screen, this will be the max. Yeah, this will be the max. And I need a min over here. I don't know what the min is gonna be. I'm just gonna pick some arbitrary number. Let's just say. Say 500 pixels. I use the and keyword. So media only screen and min width is 500 pixels and max width is 896. So I'm hoping that everything inside here won't be affected with all of the rest of the CSS, which that's the issue I'm having now. I don't know, let's see. Still doing it, still applying. Interesting. It's applying that extra space that I had put inside of here. And it should. I don't see why I need to like. Man, why is it doing that? Just say 50%. That affect the other one? It actually made it worse. All right, I'm gonna keep reading. And I'm doing something wrong. What do I have here? I have grid template container class, and here I have as an ID. Have it in the same, have it in the body. Oh wait, do I have it in the right place? Oh yeah. Why is this being overridden? All right, I'm gonna be a little more specific on my Google search. Media query breakpoints not working. Media queries. Yeah, I like this right here. Let me snag that up. You should change min width to max width. Basically, the styles are applied already on big screens. As you say, apply the styles when min width is, which it is. I forgot I can do this. I may wonder if I can do this to yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out. That's basically like wanting to take content to basically have it take up the space of the height, top to bottom. Okay, this is not helping. It's being overridden. Media query styles not overriding original styles. I'm attempting to use some media queries for the website I'm building. The problem I'm having, however, is while the media query style are actually being applied, they're being overridden. I can't for the life of me tell why, because I'm using the same exact selectors. Candy 1 point something I'm not seeing. The same issue I'm having. So this person has a global wrapper, outer, inner, media query, max width. Okay, same ID, same code, but just different width. And here the same, to hide the nav. The second media query is working fine, where I set the nav to display to none. However, When I try to set the width of global wrapper inner to 100, it does not apply. I can see the style being applied when I press F12 and select that element. However, the style itself is crossed out and not actually applied and still has original. Okay. The selectors in the original CSS have the same specificity as the selectors within your media query. The first declarations are also targeting the same property width. And because of the media query rule not set, and because the media query rule, I know I ran out of time. I'm gonna just go over a little bit. I'm gonna add another 10 minutes. Breaking the rules. So good. Actually, let me do it here. 10 minutes added. All right. The second media query selector works because it's targeting. Okay, hold up. Skipped. As the selectors within your media queries, the first declarations are also targeting the same property, and because the media queries rule set is being overridden, I'm going to assume that it appears before the original rule set. The second media query selector works because it's targeting a property that wasn't set in the original CSS, so specificity is irrelevant. To have the first media query selector take precedence, prepend an ancestor element to it. Prepend, okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm in the ballpark of like I know it's like a specificity issue going on. I just don't know the exact solution. So this looks pretty good. The second media query, okay. So it's saying to have the first media query selector take precedence, prepend an ancestor element to it. Interesting. Okay, let's try that. So if I said body, which is grid template container, I don't know if that's considered a ancestor element. Not sure. Ooh. What happened here? Where is my... Why is my CSS not taking... Oh, because I changed it here. Okay. So min width 500 and max width. Let's put this back where I had it. This is good information. Like I had no idea it was that like this. But this is good to know. And I had this I think before. Okay. Why is it doing it this way? Let's get rid of that. Okay, there you go. So it is still taking precedence. So if I had, so I don't need this test mobile. I can keep the grid container class. And it's saying to have the first media query selector take precedence, prepend an ancestor element to it. So what's an ancestor to this? I'm gonna say Sorry for that quick scrolling. That'll be the HTML tag. Because it's on the body. So an ancestor would be the HTML tag, I guess. Let's see here. I don't know. That work? No, it doesn't work. Man. I don't understand. Interesting. Very confusing. Let me get rid of ID. Let me go back to the ID and add some more specificity weight to this. So I have an ID test mobile. Should see if that gives it a bit more weight. Doesn't. Let me refresh the page. No. Or at least this is working. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. You know, I'm gonna just chew up this last 5 minutes to read, and then we'll get into our break and basically call it and come back in the next video and try to pick up where we left off. I'm learning a lot here. This has been an interesting session. As we get deeper into the media queries and like expanding from mobile view to desktop view and getting into the cascading of the style sheets and inheritance, the specificity and how that works. This is definitely a good learning experience. I don't recall if I had max width or min width here. Max width. Okay. Yeah, this I'm trying to figure out why that is, and I don't understand for the life of me why this is being still overriding the rows, when here in this media query I'm saying below 896 pixels I want this grid to take effect with these rules. Right, I want these rules to work, so I added an ID to it to give it more weight, and added a ancestor element to override, to give it more of a specificity weight, to hopefully override the CSS up here that uses the same, targets the same element, and it's not working. So this is overriding my media query. And I have it on the body. So maybe if I were to, what if I were to create a div here and wrap all of this in a div and make that the grid template container, so I can have the body available to me as the ancestor, so I can give it some weight, some more weight. I'm gonna try that. So let's just say div, right? The body ended as main. That's just for testing. Doing a Hail Mary here. If this doesn't work, then I'll keep it moving. Right? What if we did that? div. I close that. Yeah, do everything off. Oh yeah, that's a whole nother word. Yeah, I'm not messing with this. All right. So we'll stop here. I'm going to take a quick short break and come back and basically do our wrap up for the video, recap what we've gone through, and wrap up the video, wrap up this session, and talk about next steps. All right, guys. So go ahead and take your break, drink some water. Let's recalibrate our minds. Drink a cup of water, drink a coffee break, and I'll see you in a few minutes. let's jump right into our next steps here. We need to actually push this code up. So let's do that before we get into talking about the recap and next steps. So totally forgot to do that before the break. And I want to push this recent code up. So I have some changes here. I'm going to add everything. So git add all files. Then I'm going to commit this, add a tag a message to this. I'm going to say, what did I do? I create, so it's present tense or future tense, create grid template area for desktop viewport size. That's the generic message. There was some stuff in between that, but for the most part, that's what I did, right? Yeah. So, what happened here? Did I not do that the right way? Git commit message. No changes added to commit. Right. Did I do something wrong? Git status. Git add all. Okay, let's try now. Git commit. There we go. What branch am I on? Okay. Git push origin develop. All right, that went up. So git status. All right, the tree is working. It's clean. This VS Code is a little slow. I think it's because it's iOS up. I mean, this update. But okay. So let's get into the recap and next steps. All right, guys. So basically, so what we did for this video and this session was a lot of research. Basically, there was a lot of quiet time. That's cool. That was just, you know, this is how it works. Basically, if something's not working the right way and you need to figure it out, you spend a lot of time looking at documentation. I tried to throw some Hail Mary passes as far as like trying different things off the top of my head. That didn't work, but we were able to just quickly look at the mobile view, wrap that up, make sure that was good. We added the hyperlink at the bottom that targeted the MDN documentation to point to another website, and then we started to map out what the desktop view or could and would look like using grid area templates. So we mapped that out and started to plug away at the CSS. So we did that successfully, and we placed all of the elements inside the grid areas that they belong to. There was some struggle there, but I got through it. And then we got to a point where when we started to write out the CSS, because of specificity issues, after all the research we've done in the past hour or so, there were some specificity issues where the native CSS and the desktop viewport was overriding the media query that was targeting the mobile viewport size, specifically the grid area template. So I hard-coded 1,000 pixels for the desktop view as far as the height is concerned in the grid area templates, and that was overriding the mobile grid area templates as far as the rows are concerned. So that's where we're at now. For next steps, in our next session, we're going to pick up where we left off and continue to read and look at documentation and try to solve it on the spot. I will look at some information in between videos. I'm not going to lie about that. I just want to make sure to see, you know, what I'm missing to help me speed up things in the next video. But I would try to keep that at a minimum, because the whole point of this is to look at and do this live, like, you know, learning live and struggling live, so that y'all can see the realness of this, how difficult some of these can be, and how easy it is to overlook, and the process of problem solving while being recorded, right? So that's basically going to be it for this video. And as I mentioned, in the next video, we're going to be picking up where we left off. I appreciate your time, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. If you're on the replay, you have the luxury to fast forward, but you know, if you have some time, look through the video and give me some feedback as to where I can improve. I appreciate all and everyone who does take the time out to look at these videos. Stay motivated, keep coding, always be coding, and as always, never stop building, guys. Peace.